Ashtavakra as somebody who knows the truth. King Janaka asks Ashtavakra, "Dear Lord, how do I gain self-knowledge? How will I attain salvation? How is abstinence attained? Please answer my questions." These questions are the essence of all Vedas and Upanishads. The beauty of Ashtavakra Geetha is it bypasses all the systems for realizing the self. It's not a methodology to teach you to become something or to do something. It's absolutely direct. A direct question is asked to which a direct answer is given. The point at which Ashtavakra Geetha starts is the end of spirituality. This is the end. How do I gain self-knowledge? How will I attain salvation? How is abstinence attained? Each of these things has to be understood deeply, because the problem is that each of these words has a predefined image in our mind. You might think that salvation means that I would have attained complete peace of mind and would be sitting at a fixed place all day, meditating. Somebody else might think that with salvation some energy will erupt from within and things will follow and I'll be one. Whatever it is. When I experience this, then is when I'll attain salvation. Salvation is something which only superhumans can attain, and it's not for me. I'm too naive for this. I don't understand all this stuff. I can't attain salvation. There are a lot of preconceived notions about salvation in our mind, and the word salvation is such that whenever you hear it, it feels as if something has to be done to attain it. This is the limitation of words. Salvation means there is a bondage, therefore you need to break free. If there is no bondage, then what is it that you want salvation from? But what is true salvation? It will become clearer as we move ahead. The understanding of the fact that there is absolutely no bondage of any kind is salvation. Here, we're talking about the solution to gain self-knowledge. When is the word solution or upay used? Upay means the means to do something. Like we say, we need to solve this. What is the solution to this? What's the way out of this? Why do we need a road? To reach the destination. So upay or solution is connected to upay. Upay means the ultimate goal. So the upay or solution is self-knowledge and upay is salvation. The goal is salvation and the solution to this is abstinence. What does abstinence mean? Whatever you have thought, understood, known until now, you put a question mark on them and leave them aside. You neither need to accept them as correct nor tag them as incorrect. Put a question mark and now sit back and listen. That is abstinence. Otherwise, how will self-knowledge be gained? How will you understand such a deep topic? If you hold on to your existing beliefs and keep them within you, that is what the bondage is. So just put a question mark on them and stop right there. You don't need to analyze your beliefs. Just put a question mark. It might be correct. It may be wrong. Leave it. Now you're neutral. Now neither are you here nor are you there. You're neither saying that whatever you've heard, listened, understood until today is incorrect, nor are you claiming them to be correct. Let me find out. Let me see things as they are. This is abstinence. That is when you are ready to listen. So what is Ashtavakraji's answer here? If you want salvation, then leave the sense objects as if they are poison and embrace forgiveness, simplicity, kindness, contentment and truth like an elixir. Now he has said this, but how many people have truly understood it? Everyone is in a hurry. They all get lost. Millions of people get lost after reading this. Why? Because people have a habit of listening to stories. Even a straightforward case is woven into a story right away. So, what was the story in this case? If you want salvation, then leave the sense objects as if they are poison. What does the term sense objects mean here? We have 5 senses. There are 5 corresponding sensing objects. All the impressions related to them within our mind, which is known as memory, all of these are sense objects. And all the sense objects are equivalent to poison. Leave them. So what did people make out of this? As soon as they heard these lines, since they are habitual to stories, they instantly made up a story in their mind. Leave everything. Leave everything. Leave everything. What happened to such people? They left everything but got nothing in return. And they think that they've left everything. What did they leave? Everything is one of the sense objects. In that case, leave eating too. Stop drinking water. Stop seeing. Stop smelling. Forsake the sensation of feeling hot or cold too. If you think there's a way to leave these things, go ahead, leave them. People left society. They left their families, their innocent kids too. Why should they be abandoned? What was their mistake? Who will look after them? Leave everything, leave everything, leave everything. Who is the person leaving everything? Why aren't they saying him? They didn't leave him. The person who left everything wasn't abandoned. That person is me. Me is still very much a part of them. And they're talking about leaving things outside of themselves. These people are the ones who are lost. This has to be understood deeply, without any hurry, step by step, calmly and peacefully. What does it mean? If you want salvation, then leave the sense objects as if they are poison. What does this line mean? So there's a medicine, a sense object. It's not poison. If you're ill, is there something wrong in taking medication? Is there a problem with the medicine? No. So, leave the sense objects as if they are poison means the poison needs to be kept or consumed at its own rightful place. You need neither more nor less. Just like if you're ill and you leave medication, you'll die. If you die, how will you gain self-knowledge? Who will gain self-knowledge? If you needed only a small amount of medicine but instead overdosed, you'll still die. So more or less of something are extremes. These extremes need to be given up. Eating too much or not having anything at all, this needs to be given up. If you drink excess water, that is wrong. And if you don't drink, that too is wrong. In one word, moderation is what you need. Everything has to be done within limits. If you're able to do things within limits, then there is no better monk or saint than you. This is the biggest form of self-discipline. So, the person who is doing things within limits, he'll be peaceful. Now he is ready to listen. The one who is hungry and is listening to Ashtavakra Geetha, he won't be able to listen. His focus will be on his hunger. The one who has eaten in excess, even he won't be able to listen. He'll be sleeping. But he who has eaten within his limits, neither more nor less, will have no problem at all. There is a pleasure in eating. Can we give up that pleasure? Is that pleasure bad? What's bad about it? It is good. That's the reason you're eating. If there was zero pleasure in eating, if there was pain, would we eat? We would die. So don't leave pleasure. Don't leave food. Don't leave people. Don't leave anything. Give only as much importance to things as they require. You have to move ahead in your life peacefully. We can call it the middle path. Call it a balanced life. So what did you leave? You stopped doing things in extremes. That is what leaving is. Secondly, at your level of understanding, you left this misconception that the sense objects are an end in itself. These are all upay or solution, not upay or the end goal. This means these are the means to reach an end. This is not the end in itself. You need an object at every point, so you can't leave the object. You felt hungry. You picked up a knife. You chopped up some vegetables. What is all this? What is a knife? It's an object. You caught hold of the object, held the vegetable, chopped it, cooked it. You are also thinking about it. What spices and how much of the spices you're going to use. So, you didn't even leave the thoughts. When you look at it, you'll even salivate. Because if you like the taste and if your upbringing has been such, then you don't even leave that feeling. You didn't leave anything. Food is prepared. You're having it. You're eating within limits, neither in excess nor less. What was the outcome of all of this? You gained good health. Now you've got to use that good health to know the truth and to understand the truth. This whole world is confused between means and ends. Means have been thought of as ends. Money is a means, not an end. It's useful. Money is not the problem. You're thinking of money as an end goal. That is the problem. Or you're thinking that the end goal is whatever you want to buy with that money. That is the problem. I need money. Why do I need it? So that I lead a comfortable life. Why is a comfortable life needed? So as to understand in a peaceful state of mind who I am and what is the root of my struggle. So if I sum this up, one is moderation and the other is being absolutely clear about the means and the end. If we understand this, then our attachments will automatically cease to exist. This is known as abstinence. You won't need to be detached from this or that. Like fuel in a vehicle. If we understand that whatever there is in this world is similar to the fuel in a vehicle. I am on a journey for understanding the self. For this purpose, whatever there is all similar to the fuel required by a vehicle to run. So I'm not attached to the fuel. I'm focused on the journey. This is called abstinence.